Hi, Brenda. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. How are you today? So we're going to talk to your children's father, and let's see what he's got today. So usually I explain for my first timers. I hear, see, feel, know, sense, a little taste and smell sometimes. This is not an exact science. They're going to show me pictures. Sometimes they talk to me, but they also show pictures, and I have to explain it like I call it spiritual charades. Hate the game charades. Better quit saying that. They're going to make it worse. Anyway, so hopefully I explain it well enough for you to understand the message that they're trying to get across. It's not for me to understand or know, so hopefully you'll understand. I don't spend the whole reading. Every single thing you're not going to be able to validate, because to me that's a medium patting himself on the back going, look what I can do. I can prove this. Mine's about messages, so should be at least 2 or 3 things. Lately, for some reason, I've been getting in a lot of my readings where some of the validations are coming from other family members, that the person I'm doing the reading for doesn't understand the message, and then they talk to a family member. They go, oh, I can tell you why they said that. So I'm not sure why they're doing this lately, so just to make you aware of it. But also, if you don't understand something, don't throw the whole reading out. Write it down. You'll think of it later. Somebody will validate it later, or it will show up in the next couple days. So that's just the way that works. Names, I stink at getting names. So I try to get close, and I honestly wish they quit giving me names, because for some reason we don't get that connection right. But anyway, you'll have to think outside the box a little bit if a name comes along. Usually it's the first letter of the name that I say that correlates with the person that they're trying to talk about. There's all my instructions, I hope. So anyway, let's get busy and see what he's got to say. First he shows himself literally skipping along, and he's holding a little girl's hand. She's pretty young. I don't creep people's Facebook pages before my reading because it muddies my mind up. I don't want to know anything ahead of time. She's pretty young. She's got light colored hair. And they're skipping down a sidewalk together. She is interacting with him. Now, when they show me this, if the child or whoever is not looking at them or acknowledging them, then we know that he's trying to make contact, but in this case, she knows that he's there. She looks like she's old enough that she could talk about him. So whoever has this child, listen carefully to what she's saying. And I don't know if it's going to be literally when she's skipping along, but just when she's babbling about something and she acts like she's playing by herself, but she's talking to somebody. He's playing with her, and she is seeing him. Little children can see them, and animals can see them, because they haven't been told, no, you can't have an imaginary friend, you shut that down. So until they get shut down, they will see them. So he's showing himself with this same little girl inside a house now, and he's helping her comb a doll's hair and get it pretty. And she's playing with him. They're playing together. And this is definitely nothing to be scared of, because when I go to houses, people say, my house is haunted, and I go in there and I go, it's your grandma. unless grandma was an asshole, you leave them there. Anything else I will remove. But the good ones, they're guarding your children, they're guarding your family. I leave them there unless you really want them gone. So don't worry about him being there. That's a good thing in this case. So so if they this child, they hear her babbling by herself in the middle of the floor, playing with a doll or something, she's not playing by herself. Not all the time, anyway. So let's see. The first thing he wants to do is apologize to you. He wants to apologize for the things, the way your relationship went. He says went south. The way your relationship went south, that he didn't, say it again, he didn't stick it out like he should have. He didn't make it fit like he should have. He didn't play his cards right. He let his eye wander too much. When he should have done the straight and narrow. Oh, but I was having fun back in the day. Wait, he's trying to show me something. Okay, he's showing an adult child, or at least old enough to graduate, I would say college. This female is in a cap and gown. I feel like it's a higher learning than high school. He's very proud of this one. Very proud of this one. Okay, I see the words forensic science, so don't hold me exactly to that. But maybe something in that category along that line. Sometimes they just grasp the closest thing they can that I will recognize or connect with. Okay, he's not quite bringing the picture in clear enough. I gotta get closer. He's showing a horse. He's petting this horse. I want to say that it's a paint, but I can't see all of the horse. It doesn't look like it's one solid color. He's not letting me see the rest of it, so I'm not sure why. But he has this horse with him now. A lot of our animals, a lot of my readings come through with animals that have passed that are there with a loved one. So whoever had this horse, he wants them to know that he has it. He says, look at you go. Look at you go. He says you're having the time of your life. That's what you're supposed to do. And he says your energy feels very uplifted, very uplifted. He's calling you twinkle toes. Twinkle toes. I don't know if he's talking about your siblings or your children. He went 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's still not making it clear whether it's your siblings or your children. One of them starts with a J. He says, like Joyce, don't hold me to that name. He says one of the kids kind of weeble wobbles off their path every so often. They have to get back on it. And then they wobble off again. And then they get back on it. He said every time they're doing that, they're learning something, though. They need to learn those things, to wobble off that path and get back on it. So whatever those... Okay. What the lessons that we're here to learn, the ones that we remember the best, that we learn the hardest from, are the ones that kick our ass. The mamby-pamby lessons, we go, okay, But the ones that really kick us in the ass and hurt, those are the ones that we learn the most from. So he says, sometimes you have to stumble and fall. And then he shows picking himself back up. Still gotta love him. Okay, he's going to a house. He's showing me a very nice looking fireplace with a mantle with a lot of pictures on it. That's how we're going to distinguish this house. Now, I don't know if I already said this, but I don't creep on people's Facebook pages before my readings because it muddies my mind. So I almost feel like there's a picture with several of you in it in front of this fireplace. And it's a holiday. I don't know for sure because I don't see any Christmas decorations, but I'm going to say like Thanksgiving, Christmas, because I feel like I'm drawn to the heat of the fire. It's in the wintertime. And he was there trying to get into the picture. He was saying, you guys left me out. You guys forgot about me. Now he's singing the song, Where, oh, where has my little dog gone? Where, oh, where can he be? And he's showing a small dog, but not very clear. Light color. Did somebody just recently lose their pet? I mean, lose as in it wandered off. My first hummingbird of the year is here. My first one, and there's no food over there, I don't think, because the Orioles have been eating it all. Sorry. I just get excited because they're my favorite thing. So, as I'm drawn to this when I'm doing your reading, hummingbirds are going to be a sign from him. Because that wasn't an accident. It was not just a coincidence. Hummingbird's going to be a sign. I'm going to run out there and put some food in there. And so somebody recently missing a pet that wandered off. Okay, he's showing a bunch of people with, I don't know what part of the country you live in, because I don't look. And they're going sleigh riding. And there's a lot of snow on the ground. A lot of snow. But I can't tell if this is a memory or something, like a memory from when he was here, or something that he's recently watched. But there's kids of all ages doing this, and there's quite a few people. So in my readings, I try to get 2 or 3 things for you to validate, and then the rest of it is whatever they want to say. Okay, now he's talking about the remote for the TV. And it gets turned a little bit. Like when you leave the room and come back, it's moved a little bit. You know, that's something you probably really wouldn't notice. And the TV's going to change channels or go off and on or something by itself. They like to mess with the electronics. It's something that's easy for their energy to manipulate. And I'll just throw out any words that I hear from him. Harry Carey. Energy-wise, I have no clue. Skittles. He's mentioning Skittles. So hopefully these are things that I'm just the vessel for the message to come through. Hopefully these are things that you understand. I believe he said you don't arrive on time. Are you always late? No. He says, I did love you. There's a soft spot in my heart for you. That something about like things just didn't click together. But he adores you. He has the highest, and he's holding his hand as high up as he can, the highest of respect for you as a mother. You are doing a beautiful job with the children. He says he tries not to bother you. He doesn't have any reason to bother you as far as making sure things go okay or something, because he says you're doing an awesome job. He says, how would you like to go for a drive? Did you guys used to like to just get in the car and just go for a ride? He's showing hills, and then it looks almost like a mountain. I don't know, maybe he's talking about a trip like you took to Colorado or something, or some place where there was mountains. Like I said, I don't know where you live. I think you live not too far from me. So this would be a trip that you guys went on. there's at least one of the children that has gone water skiing and probably will again this summer maybe. And he was there and he will be there the next time too. He says he can water ski without the ski now. He can do all kinds of things now. He's holding out a glass, almost like he's going cheers, and it's a clear glass, and it looks like it probably has alcohol in it. He's handing you a, what kind is it? What kind is it? It kind of looks like a daisy. It's a flat flower. It's got only this one, instead of being white, or maybe a black-eyed Susan type, I don't know, with the black center. I can't hold my hands all the way around. The petals go all the way around. And it has a dark center. But these petals look like they're kind of like a really, really light purple. I don't know if that has any significance or not. That will be another sign. So when you see those, acknowledge him and say thank you. I know that you're with us. Bring me more. He's also showing a sunflower. Well, in Kansas, they're everywhere. Now he's mentioning a horse and carriage. Horse and carriage, but it looks like, I think I wrote down that you live not too far from me. I think you were one of the ones that asked me to come to your home. So I'm going to say, like the carriages that are on the plaza. So have you recently ridden in one of those? Or maybe you rode in one with him. I can't tell if it's a memory or if it's something that's happened since he passed that he's seen you do. Somebody's wanting a new car. Now he's showing somebody snow skiing. He wants everybody to know that he has been there at those times. He doesn't feel any need to step in, get in the way, interfere, except for the one that wobbles off the path, and he kind of helps push back on even though you don't know it. You'd be amazed at some of the things they can do, but they cannot override your free will choice. If you decide to wobble off the path, they can't stop you. They can help you get back on it if you ask and allow them to. He's saying you're going to be enjoying some sunshine by a pool this summer. With your friends, with a drinky in your hand.